Welcome back to Dead Bodies Deducing Stuff. In the last episode, we watched Dead Bodies, and in this stuff, we're going to deduce stuff. Okay. We're supposed to deduce something. I don't remember what exactly. You had the gun. You had the knife. Can we logic something? I can't remember. It's been way too long. Organizer? Plastic bag. What do we talk about this? Bullet wound. There's no gunpowder burn. He was shot from far away. And then this happened. Is it because the bloody bag was like really far away from the dude? That's the only thing I can think of. Like this stain is really far away from the blood. Never mind. Well, it is. I mean, like, who else would think about putting a bag over there? Yes, it does. Yes, there is. I was merely testing you. No, I'm purely annoyed by you because this is actually a thing. No, you're not mistaken. The guy was died over there, and we. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. What else is there? Oh yeah, the pen, the knife, found in Rel's hand. How did he get the knife? Wasn't this believed Faraday brought it? So why does Faraday not have the knife? Left-handed Faraday. Okay. So there's also the left-handed thing, I guess. That's another thing that's important. I feel like the music's really loud. Wait a second. This is usually where I put it. Why is it like low? Low. Why is it high? What's wrong with this crap? Yeah! That's what I like to see. That's another thing that was annoying me. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and that is the gun! Mr. Faraday used this left hand to write with this fountain. Well, technically we don't know that, to be honest. Whatever. Right hand. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? Didn't we have the same idea last time? But this was like, it's just a gun. No, wait. That was hitting us over the head with something. This is actually aiming a gun. It's actually harder. That, lady and gentleman. Wait, who's the gentle? Oh, yeah, there's another guy. I don't think the bodyguard's a gentleman. I think he might be like a really insane serial killer dude. Hey, you're right, pal. That does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen? Because things don't work out as well as they always do. It's never this simple. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died. Someone else? Plastic bag scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. I think you're over dramatizing it. Then again, this is Phoenix Wright, so there's nothing that could dramatize this so much. Oh, dang. He's angry. Oh, hey, our investigation. I'm sorry! It seemed like a smart idea! Bags have blood, and they shouldn't be they should be near the body, not like a few feet away from the body. Here's the autopsy report. Oh, hey, dude. Why are you moving so... What is with this panorama? It's so slow. We get it. It's probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short time after... Oh, that... I don't know whose blood that is, though. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting. Okay, so... Rell survived. The other guy died. Faraday died. It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case. I am terrible at this. I actually had to stop for a second saying, like, is it the W, the thing that everyone uses the V or something? Of course, the incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. Wait, what? Revenge? The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. That doesn't sound professional at all. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. That's terrible. That's not how it works. It's all very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for that. There's always margin for that. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would, well, I guess both of them would kill, but like one of them got killed far away from the other one, so like, I don't understand how that works. Huh, are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you, that you don't want to believe it's true? No, that's not what we're saying. And did you just hit us very slowly with that thing? It's alright. If you disagree with my argument, then prove me wrong. Hey, I'm getting better at this! Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Don't worry. Ah, dang it! I'm getting terrible. That actually wasn't supposed to be a joke. That actually was me becoming German. Technically 116 German, if that counts. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. Okay. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of— Why wouldn't he just use the gun at that point? Why would he, go inside the pockets of Faraday and try to, stab it in the chest? Therefore, he must have attacked first, proving that logic to be false. Probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. Where's the hole? Okay, so I believe it has something to do with this part. Because this part probably is the place I need to press. Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement? Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now, I hate to repeat myself, however, I'm fine with repeating yourself. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need. I don't get it. So if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rell before being stabbed. Okay, so since Faraday died instantly, he had to be the first one shot. But that does not necessarily mean he was the... Oh wait, let me think. Since Mr. Faraday died first, died instantaneously, he didn't have enough time to shoot Mr. Rell. As a result, he must have been the one who attacked first. That's your argument. Mr. Rell stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. That also doesn't make sense. Why would he use the knife? So you believe that the dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday? Mr. Rell became desperate as he did not want to die. That's a terrible... Who does that? Actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that. But that's a terrible explanation for, I don't want to die, so I'm going to stab the guy who shot me. But that's, okay. So the two men struggled, and in the end, Mr. Rell was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. I'm becoming German as I speak. The messy condition of this room is a testament. There isn't really a messy room about this, though. Can I actually argue about the messy room thing? What are you insinuating? Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise. So if you could apprehend that statement. Okay, there we go. That's what I want to hear. Okay. He struggled, and Mr. Rell used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday. Wait a minute. Mr. Rell was... No, that's wrong, because Mr. Rell was below Mr. Faraday in the picture, which means that he had to be the one killed first, I believe. I mean, technically, she kind of explains that, but... Wait a minute. Immediately after the gunshot was heard, Faraday died from a knife stab. The shock, Rell died from a bullet. He was shot from a few yards away. It's possible he was alive for a little while after being shot. I believe it has something to do with him being underneath Faraday. But just in case, I'm going to press. About this statement. Mr. Rell used all of his remaining strength to take the knife and defend himself. One can easily see that they had a violent struggle. They didn't have a violent struggle. There's nothing wrong with this room, though. Of course, it's nothing compared to what my riding crop can do. What the heck? Yeah, this room's perfect. I don't understand. Plastic bags on the floor were scattered there due to the fight. Is there anything else that I can explain? No, that would be fine. Okay, so yeah, I need to... Facts of this case. Okay, so... I don't care about that. Didn't hear a sign of a struggle. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. We didn't hear a sign of a struggle, so there was no fight. Okay, that makes more sense than why stupid, let's go underneath the stupid thing. I'm going to probably write something about that, showing, how stupid I can actually be. I'm an idiot. Quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing. Ha! Take that! Scruffy saves us for once in his life! Ha! You don't place much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. L get his hands on the knife? That's what I'm wondering. I don't understand. Oh. Wait, really? Who put the knife in a bag in the lobby? That just seems unsafe, especially since there was like a kid, like, I don't know, playing... I don't know what that was. Was that like a train set or something? Why would there be a train set in a courtroom? Why is any of this happening? I don't really understand. So, what you're saying is this. Mr. L took a chance when he saw an opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. L after being stabbed. Yes. I wasn't really listening to the statement. So, everything is probably wrong. Wait, something doesn't add up. Oh, really? So something not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. L after being stabbed. Is this where I pointed out the gun thing? Is this where I think about the knife thing? I think this is where I put out the knife thing. Yeah, it's underneath the thing. Yeah, okay, never mind. Scratch the stupid part. It'll make sense in the end of the video. I think that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that. Ooh, view gun. I don't understand what's going on anymore. What's the story? I don't understand. If the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. L attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. L. Therefore, Mr. L must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. I don't understand what's going on. Both of these don't make sense. Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francisca. What does one have to do with the other? I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible. Before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could. I need to say more foolish. I like foolish. Foolish is a cool word. Word. Microsoft Word. How naive of you to believe that your only opinions are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. What's the truth? I thought I was going right with something. Still got a ways to go. What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? I don't understand the flaw in her logic. Whatever. And then the fact that he did was what gives rise to the contradiction in the scene. The contradiction here in the crime scene is... The order the bodies fell. I was right the entire time. It's the order. Order the bodies fell. Also, I have no idea where the evidence bag is. I am smart. Let me get this straight. What you're arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. L. I was alright 3 steps ahead of this crap. What are you talking about? When you were thinking about the freaking... What is it called? When you were talking about the testimony, I knew that it was about the bodies. What? What, Edgeworth? Then the wounded... It's not because I'm stupid at all. The wounded Mr. Rell found the opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled. No! Yes! I was behind. I was in front of Edgeworth. I was in front of Francisca. I was in front of the freaking dude that has his mirror and not a cigarette. Oh, wait, he does have a cigarette. I'm in front of Gumshoe. I'm in front of everybody. I am way too happy about this. Impossible. Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene is that we must solve it. Oh, wait, what? No! Not so fast, Miles Edgeworth. What now? I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside. What's wrong with what I thought? And that's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. What? She sure bounced back quickly. I don't understand. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's going to take some decisive evidence to prove her wrong. And we're going to see that in next episode. So in the next episode, it's Neon 362. We're going to see what the fellow Francisco wants to talk about. And it's Neon 362 signing off.